What's up, everybody? I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. My name is Mel and welcome to my channel, Divine Feminine Works. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, and spirituality. So if those are the things that interest you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, how is everybody doing? This reading is the Divine Masculine message to the Divine Feminine. As far as I know, a lot of divine counterparts are not in contact with each other. I feel like everyone is going through their own thing. Everyone's focused on their own journey. Everyone's experiencing what they need to be experiencing at this time. And I feel like it's a time where we all have to develop and build up our spiritual muscles. Because don't forget, the whole point of these divine relationships is not so you can have a bomb-ass relationship, although that's part of it. It's not about looking cute on Instagram and having a partner and a soulmate and twin flame and all of that. It's about coming together with your soul partner in order to live your best life here on earth and to help others live their best lives here on earth. We all have a mission to fulfill. We all have work that needs to be done. And I feel like right now, a lot of us are in the stage where we are building up our spiritual muscles. We're either becoming aware of our spiritual gifts, we're putting them to use individually, meaning outside of our divine partnerships, and we're just sort of navigating these waters and sort of doing the best that we can and getting messages where we can and just connecting with God and with Source. And like I said, we're all just, it's like we're all in the gym right now. We're all working on our spiritual muscles. And like I said, a lot of us are not in contact with our divine counterparts. I don't know about you guys, but me, I feel like I've been having a lot of telepathic communication with my divine counterpart. Through songs, through messages, through dreams. I mean, I have a Pisces moon, so I get a lot of messages and spiritual messages through dreams. And I've been experiencing a lot of activity in the dream state. So comment below and let me know, are you in contact with your divine counterpart? If you are, how is that going? Comment below and let me know what's up with your particular situation. But anyway, let's get into it. So this is the message for Divine Feminine from Divine Masculine. A lot of things can be left unsaid, and I feel like there's so much that the Divine Masculine wants to say, but can't at the moment or doesn't know how. And I feel like this message in particular is going to clue us into what he or she needs to say to us or would like to say to us, or just want to let us know what's going on with them. So I've already picked out a couple of oracle cards to start off the reading, and then we'll transition into the tarot to get a little more clarity and in-depth about the message. But let's get into it. All right, so first we have the Wings of Isis. I love this deck. This is the Isis Oracle deck. And when I tell you the messages are on point with this deck, they really are. So again, this is the Wings of Isis, and it says uniting with the angelic self. Then we have Take Action, followed by Passion, which is number 9. I love the depictions on this card. Very passionate. Followed by Denial. And this card says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And then finally, we have number 8 here, which is Community. All right. So right off the bat, I feel like Divine Masculine is feeling very passionate about their Divine Feminine. I feel like sparks have been reignited within the divine masculine, in a sexual but loving sort of way, with respect to their divine feminine. And I feel like they want to take action towards that. If you see how these cards are laid out, this horse is coming right at this passion card. So I feel like the divine masculine wants to come towards you. They might be feeling very lustful, they might be feeling very sexual right now, but I also feel like they just want that intimacy and closeness, more so than like just wanting sex. I'm getting intimacy and closeness and romance and sort of like the beginning stages of a relationship. But I do feel like some of them are in denial about it. I feel like they know it deep down, but they don't want to acknowledge it. It could be because it's too painful for them, or it could just be because they're not on that frequency yet of, this is my divine counterpart, I'm in a divine partnership, and this is what I need to do. I feel like some of them are not even on that frequency yet. Some of them are still sort of pre-awakening, and they know that they feel this passion for someone, and it might take them by surprise, but they also are in denial of that fact. But more so than anything else, this Wings of Isis card, it's all about embarking on a spiritual journey. And it says uniting with the angelic self. A lot of divine masculines at this time are realizing and waking up to the fact that they are divine beings. And I think that that's what some of them might be in denial with also. A lot of them were very much of the earth, meaning that they were really caught up in this 3D matrix. And, you know, when you've got that heavy matrix programming, it can be really difficult to see outside of that. And it can be really difficult to understand anything that doesn't fit within those boxy matrix parameters. And I feel like some of them are waking up to the fact that they are divine beings. And as most of us know, when you start on your spiritual journey and you begin to awaken, it's very tumultuous. It's hard because you're stuck between worlds. On the one hand, you're of the world and you're in this 3D matrix and you're relying on everything that you've known and experienced up to that point. And on the other hand, you are opening up to this whole new world of new thoughts, of new people, places, and things, of new experiences that you like, but still feels a little uncomfortable because you're not used to it. And this is what this card is talking about. This card also, let me show you again. This card, this Wings of Isis card, is also very much about leaving behind things that don't vibrate with you anymore. And I really feel like that's where this denial card comes in. I feel like these divine masculines know that there's certain things that they need to leave behind. They know that this awakening is taking them to a new place. But again, because it can be very difficult, because it can be very uncomfortable, they're in denial about it. Or I feel like I'm hearing procrastination. I feel like they're like, okay, I know I can't do this anymore. I shouldn't hang out with these people. But you know what? I'll do that later. Let me just do this one last time. Or let me just hang out with these people one last time. I also keep hearing one last time. Like, let me just do this. Let me just experience this. Like, they're procrastinating their awakening. And, you know, with this community card here, just like the Wings of Isis card suggests that you're in this new plane of existence, you're waking up to being a divine being, and now you're sort of finding yourself surrounded by people who vibrate on the same wavelength. And I feel like for a lot of divine masculines, it's not like they're actively searching for their soul tribe. They're not like, let me go find people that believe in this or that do this or do that. I feel like people are starting to come into their energy space and into their life that they resonate with. And I feel like I'm getting this feeling of like, yo, this is dope. Like, oh man, this is cool. Like, oh, you're into this too? Like, it's like this childlike wonderment that they're experiencing as they're opening up to this new world. But some of them are almost fighting this tooth and nail. I feel like they are just Like, again, it's really hard for them to make that transition. Rest assured, they still feel very passionately about you. And I love that this is the passion card. Although it does depict sex, and you can't talk about passion when you're talking about the divine masculine and not talk about sex. Of course, they want to have sex. They're sexual beings. We're all sexual beings, but they want to have sex. But it's more of an intimacy kind of it's more of like connecting. They want to connect with you, literally and figuratively, and they want to take the action to do so. It's just that they've got so much going around in their environment right now. Like, again, it's the childlike wonderment that they are experiencing, and they like it. But again, I feel like an overwhelming majority, like 60% of them, are still in denial about it. They're still very much afraid of moving forward. They're afraid of the changes that are happening in their lives and what those changes are going to mean. Because, as you know, when you're on this journey and you experience changes, these changes can be quite drastic. I know in my personal journey, I've let go of a lot of people. I've even let go of places and things. It's like I wiped the slate clean and started from ground zero. And some people just don't have I'm hearing the stomach for it. Like it really evokes a sense of fear for them. And that's where a lot of them are at right now. They're just like, I know I got to do this, but I'm trying to put it off as long as I can. And I'm just trying to get through this day by day, and I'm trying to make these changes and link up with this new community that I'm becoming a part of. And I also feel like they get such a sense of fulfillment from this community because it gives them actual emotional fulfillment. It gives them love on a spiritual level. We all know that we've all had people around us who were fun to be around, who we would have a great time with, but that's pretty much where it ended. It was very superficial. I had a whole tribe of acquaintances, so many people that I knew, but when I really sat and thought about it, it's like, wow, I only see these people at parties, or I only hang out with these people at social events, and it never went beyond that. And while there's nothing wrong with that, if that's all that there is around me, that's not the best. You want people who fulfill you on a soul level, and when you find that, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and that's what the divine masculine is experiencing right now. He wants you to know, divine feminine, that he still feels really passionately about you. He still does. That love, that desire, that need for intimacy is still there, and he wants to take action. I love that it's take action. So it's not even like he's just thinking about it. Like, he's really really wants to come forward with this. But I also feel like because he's still working on his personal development, that might not happen right now. He still holds you in his heart, his or her heart, their heart. The divine masculine still holds you in their heart, but they're still very much in the thick of this awakening process. And that's where they're at. Again, this denial card is like blaring at me right now. It's like, for some of you, I feel like the passion that they feel for you, they're trying to deny that. I think I said that before. But I feel like they're trying to deny that. Like, everything is so confusing to them. A lot of them still may be stuck in their 3D ways. So they may be trying to suppress the passion and the desire that they feel for you. But trust and believe they can't. They definitely can't. And a lot of them really want to come forward to you. But also, you wouldn't want them to come to you prematurely. Just like if you are really craving a cake, right? You mix all the ingredients, you put it in the oven. If you don't let it cook enough, you're going to be left with this half-cooked, barely edible thing, right? And you don't want that. If you really are desiring cake, you want that cake. You want it to be well cooked. You want it to be nice and spongy and moist. You want it to have the icing on it with the sprinkles. You want the whole thing. And that's sort of where we're at right now. Like, you got to let the cake cook. You got to let it cook. And trust me, when it's done, it'll be done and it'll be delicious. But if someone were to come to you right now, if some of the divine masculine were to come to you right now, it would be very lusty. It would be very lustful. The passion, the intimacy, and the sex would be great, but that would be it. Everything else is still under construction. So let everything, like I said, get cooked. And when it comes to you, when it's time to eat, it'll be absolutely delicious. All right, so let's get into the tarot cards and see what else we can get from the divine masculine. What else does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine at this time? Right, we've got the Three of Pentacles. I'm working here. That's what I just heard. Like, yeah, they're actually, work is still being done here. Work is very much still being done here. We've got the Ten of Swords. All right, so there's some heartbreak here. There's some difficulty that I feel like they're working through. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like they are really trying to work through and process, some of them I should say. Some of the divine masculine are really trying to work through and process the hurt that they have inflicted and the hurt that's been inflicted on them. And I feel like they're trying to make things right. First of all, in their own lives. We all know how painful this spiritual awakening and this spiritual journey can be. And how a lot of this journey is really spent processing emotions, processing old programming, releasing and letting go of things that no longer serve us. And I feel like that's where they're at right now. And they're just trying to establish, I'm hearing homeostasis. Like they're trying to establish a certain equilibrium in their life right now with respect to their emotions, how they feel. Interesting. I said how they feel, but there are no cups out here yet. I feel like they are trying to, again, they're trying to work through some of these difficulties and almost like heal themselves in a way, because the Ten of Swords, if you are familiar with tarot, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, the Ten of Swords, it depicts a man who has been stabbed in the back 10 times. And I feel like a lot of them, that's what's happened to them. And that's also what they've inflicted onto other people. And they're definitely trying to work through that, and they're trying to establish equilibrium in their lives and perhaps with the people that they've hurt as well. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Not sure if you can see that. Sorry, the light and the glare. Let's get some more cards out here. We got 3, but I'll take it. We've got the Chariot. We've got the Aeon, which is Judgment. And we've got the Magician. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Princess of Cups. So I feel like they are indeed figuring out their emotions. Almost like they are being cleansed in a sense. The vision I'm seeing right now is when you have like a deep wound and you clean it out with water or hydrogen peroxide in order to bandage it up. That's what I'm seeing right now. And I feel like Spirit is really moving them forward. And I feel like a lot of them are realizing that out of whatever trauma they've experienced, out of the heartache that they've endured, there's an opportunity here to move forward and to resurrect things that were once dead and buried. And I feel like they're realizing this as it relates to their divine feminine. I feel like they're understanding what they've inflicted on her. And they're going through a cleansing right now. And I feel like their soul tribe, the community that's around them, the people who vibrate and resonate with them are helping them do this. For some, that's why this passion has become ignited right now. Because they're like, I feel like for a lot of them in the recent to not so recent past, I feel like they thought that whatever they had with their divine feminine was completely dead and gone. Like it couldn't be resurrected, it couldn't be saved, it couldn't be revived. And I feel like now they're beginning to understand that it can. And I feel like a lot of them want to manifest that new beginning. And Spirit is moving them in that direction. But they're working on, some of them they're working on their communication skills. Others are just processing a lot of heavy emotions as it relates to themselves and as it relates to their divine feminine. And I feel like some of them are really getting in touch with their emotions. Again, I'm seeing this energy of being cleansed, of these wounds being cleansed. Others of them are just working through wounds that they've received throughout their entire lives. With this shift that's going on with them, and with them really understanding and appreciating and being aware of the fact that they are a divine being, you know that comes with a complete reprogramming. It's like a software update for them. And they're just working through it. And I do see that a lot of them are actually doing the work, which is great. They're doing the work. And out of doing the work, and I'm realizing now, the Three of Pentacles is all about building something great with the help of others. And again, I feel like for those who aren't in complete denial of this process and who are aligning with their soul tribe and with people who resonate with them, they're really getting some serious help in doing this. Let's get some more cards out here. Let's get one on the Three of Pentacles. All right, we've got Courthouse. Interesting. Some of these people could be getting legal assistance. If you notice at this 10 of Swords at the top, we have the Scales of Justice. And I feel like some of them are getting legal assistance in order to work through these pains. Some of them with the Chariot card here are actually getting a divorce. Ending a particular legal relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be a divorce. Like I said, with this Wings of Isis card, it's all about letting go of things that no longer resonate with you. And I think that might be severing ties with certain business associates, anyone that they are bound to or were bound to. I feel like they're getting assistance in order to break those chains. All right. Let's get one on the 10 of Swords. We've got Mature Woman. Okay, I feel like some of them are being guided by a mother figure, someone who's able to give them advice and insight on how they may have been acting, or helping them realize how the pain that has been inflicted on them has really shaped them. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. Some of them could be seeking therapy from an older woman, a mature woman. But yeah, I just feel like they're getting assistance from someone who's helping them process all of this stuff. Let's get one on 6 of Pentacles. Okay. We've got Occupation. And we've got Thief. All right. Yeah, I feel like some of them are realizing how interesting. I'm getting that some of them are realizing how people around them have gotten them off track. How people around them have almost robbed them of the opportunity to fulfill their destiny. And they're trying to, again, get that equilibrium back in their life. They're definitely taking the steps to achieve homeostasis. They're taking the steps to get fairness and balance back into their lives, and they're realizing how other people have gotten them off track, or how they have gotten other people off track, namely their divine feminine. I feel like some of them also feel like if they come forward to you right now, they're going to get you off track. Like they see you, if you look at this card here, this woman, she's working diligently. You see she's at the sewing machine right there. And with the 3 and the 4, that makes 7. This woman is on her purpose. This woman is in her purpose, working her purpose. She's on mission. And he feels like if he comes right now, he's going to be like this. This relationship is going to rob you of your path. It's going to get you off path. And I feel like he is working with other people in order to figure out a way to not do that. In order to figure out a way to not disturb you in a sense, if that makes sense. Doesn't want to disturb you in doing what you're doing, basically. Still has passion for you, still feels very strongly for you, but doesn't want to disturb you, take you off your path, or take you away from what you're supposed to be doing right now. Let's get one on the Ace of Pentacles. We've got child here. So there's an opportunity for newness. There's an opportunity. I feel like the Divine Masculine is understanding that there's an opportunity to sort of start all over. To be reborn, they're working through, some of them are working through a lot of their inner child issues. A lot of them are starting to listen to the needs of their inner child. And they're realizing that in doing all this work, it's like they're getting a new lease on life. They are definitely getting the wisdom, getting the energy, getting all that good stuff in order to start over and start over better. For some of them, I'm hearing there's like an issue with a child. So they may be getting either custody of a child, or they're getting support, like monetarily, for a child. Some of them are also waking up to the fact that they may want children at this time. All right, let's get one on the Chariot. We've got sudden wealth. And I feel like with Spirit moving them forward, they're going to start seeing goodness in their life. If they're doing the work, if they're really taking this seriously, like Spirit is like, I'm going to show you the rewards of being on this spiritual journey. And it's going to come suddenly. Like almost like a great stroke of luck and good fortune for them. Okay, let's get one on Judgment and the Magician. We've got mature man. All right, interesting. So we've got a pair here. We've got mature man and mature woman. Yeah, I feel like they've leveled up. They've leveled up, and I feel like if and when they find their way back to their divine feminine, or just find their way to a divine feminine, I feel like they're going to come as the mature man, as someone who's mature, as someone who has done the inner work, healed their inner child, realized the mistakes and the hurt that they've inflicted in this lifetime, and be ready to approach you and not mess you up and not take you off your path. They're in the process of maturing. They're in the process of getting their life together, basically. But I love the fact that they're cognizant that if they come to you and they're not this mature man, it's like they're going to take you off your... the cake isn't going to be ready yet. They know this. And that's why they're not coming forward yet. Yeah, and at the bottom of this deck, we've got bad health. So they're still healing. They are definitely still healing. Particularly emotionally is where they're doing most of their healing right now. So they want to let you know that they're just not trying to disturb you. They still have that passion. They still have that burning desire for you, whether they want to admit it or not. But they're working on themselves. They're aligning themselves with people who are good for them, people who are on their same wavelength. And they're doing some reflection with respect to how they've been hurt in their life and how they've inflicted hurt onto others, namely you, Divine Feminine. And they're just on the path. That's all. But again, they definitely want to take that action towards you because they definitely feel passionate about you, but they also don't want to take you off your path. They don't want to disturb you. They don't want to be a nuisance to you right now because that's not going to help either of you. Yes, like I said before, you may have some great sex, you may have some passionate times, but you need more than that. And the cake is just not ready yet. Let the cake keep baking, and trust me, when it's done, it is going to be beyond delicious. And that's what the Divine Feminine wants that's what the Divine Masculine wants their Divine Feminine to know. I hope that you were able to get at least one message from this reading and that at least something from this message resonated with you. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is in the description box below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Divine Feminine Works. Every week I do a series called The Week Ahead where I do a quick and dirty tarot read on the upcoming energies for that week. So follow me there so you don't miss that. As always, my loves, everything I do from the bottom of my heart and is a labor of love. If you feel so inclined and would like to tip me by buying me a coffee, that information is in the description box. I am so tongue-tied today. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. If you would like to tip me by buying me a coffee, that link is in the description box below as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.